guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are trying on another horse for this lesson here. So her name is Peaches, and we are at a completely different barn. The reason why I'm riding Peaches today is because Hazel has been off for the past 2.5 weeks due to an abscess in her hoof, and so I decided to continue my training. And Peaches is the third horse that I've been riding actually in 3 weeks since Hazel's been off. Since it is my first time with Peaches, this is definitely a test for both of us. So I'm basically going around trying to figure out where her buttons are and how I can basically ride this horse. So definitely every single horse is different, and so you have to know exactly how you can get the result that you want with your aids. And so that's what I'm testing here, and you'll see that Peaches is also testing me as well. She is a little bit reluctant to my aids at the beginning, and she is not, like, because there's no trust basically in between both of us. So she's just trying to get to know me, and I'm trying to get to know her. So that's why we're going around here just at the walk, just trying to see what's going on, and to see if I need to put more leg, or if I need to be a bit more like different with my aids. So that's what we're doing. So there will be two different things that we will be working on today at this lesson. The first one is going to be rhythm, and the second one will be basically keeping her head in the frame. So it's really important if you're new to dressage, or if you're learning something new, would it be dressage or any other discipline, it's really important to have a consistent rhythm, and if you can keep your horse in the frame, it will help you greatly. So this is what I'm working here with Peaches, is to see what kind of aids I need to, or how much aid I need to put with my hands to see her head lowering to the right level. So we're just at the walk here. She is testing me. As you can see, she's putting her head up and down and up and down, and we're just trying to figure out exactly how much aid she needs from me. Since Peaches was doing great, it was time to pick up the next speed. So we're here at the trot. Once again, really important to be consistent in your rhythm. So first of all, you have to establish what kind of speed you need to have like a nice trot, and as well as not forgetting the aid here. So what I realized with Peaches is that she is pretty numb if you are using your right leg. So on the right she is not as responsive as on the left, which is nothing like too bad, but it's just that when I go around to the right, it just makes it a little bit hard to keep her off of the wall. So you'll see at multiple times that she goes very close to the wall, which is because she's not responding to my outside leg here, where I'm trying to push her back in a little bit. So this is one thing that I've noticed with her. Another thing that I've noticed is that she needs to keep on moving. She's the one that's very fidgety and a little bit of a like nervous, kind of fidgety, leg moving really fast type of horse. So the more you get her to think, the better it is. And so with your aid, you're just gonna try to kind of balance that out and try to find the rhythm. Once you get the rhythm, you have to try to keep it as consistent as possible, going on one side or the other. It doesn't really matter. But the more consistent, the better. So as you can see here, we got it pretty good. She was doing really good at responding to my leg for the first time. So as you can see, as soon as we get close to the wall, she starts usually drifting away. So by using my outside leg a little bit more and putting a bit more force to it, I get her to just not stick to the wall as much. So although it is a fun ride, it's definitely much different than what I'm used to. So I've been riding Hazel for the past 4 years, and I'm definitely used to her, her quirks, and I know pretty much everything about her and how to ride her. So I know she's more of a sensitive horse on both sides. It doesn't matter. She's not really that quirky or sticky on one side. She's usually very great. Like Hazel's a great horse on both sides, but she is more of a teenager. Like she wants to do what she wants to do, and that's something that we are currently working on. So you will see in my next week's video, I'll have Hazel and you guys will be able to see or return back to the saddle and see how she's reacting to my aid. So as you can see here, she is moving off my leg quite good, and they're in the inside, so my inside leg quite good. She is drifting her bum away from my leg, which is exactly what I'm asking her to do. And we're just working on that. As you can see, she's got a nice bend, but her head is a little bit out of the place. So she's testing the limit here and just trying to get away from the pressure of the bit and the draw reins. So as you can see, we just got this worked out as I'm going around here. That's much better. The frame is definitely much better. And she's a bit more poised as well, and she's spacing her steps. So her legs are not going as fast as usual, which is perfect for her, because we just gotta get her to think about what does the rider want you to do. And that's exactly what she's doing right now, and that's perfect. So once the basics are pretty much established, you can pretty much pick up the next speed. So if her head is at the right place, if you're feeling her in your hands, as well as she's responding or they're responding to your legs, then it's time to pick up the next speed. When you have everything under control, it's definitely easier to keep it under control as you go than having a horse all over the place and then asking them to take the next speed. Then obviously your next speed is going to be all over the place as well. So it's really important that you stay consistent with your rhythm and everything. So just for you guys, for your information, this barn has a lot of activities at the same time. So there is a lesson at the back, and I'm doing a lesson at the front, and then we'll have a gentleman here doing some horsemanship. So if you want, you can feel free to focus your eyes on whichever horse you would like. Definitely I'm the one with the pink saddle pad right in the front. But yeah, it's a barn that's pretty much open, and that was Thanksgiving Day, so a lot of people were present at the barn, and it wasn't that much interfering with the lesson. That much activity though is a bit distracting sometimes, so as you can see my horse gets a little bit distracted here by the gentleman and his little young horse in the middle. So you'll see that she's trying to focus on what they're doing instead of what I'm asking her to do. So she's picking up a little bit of speed, which is a little bit harder for me to control, but by just staying calm and keeping your hands low, it really helps to get them to kind of relax and hopefully to just focus on you. So once again, she has this little drifting motion of her back end every time we're asking her to do a turn. So that's why we're changing our sides here, so we could see if she's gonna do a little bit better on the other side. So it definitely took a hot minute here for Peaches to kind of calm down and reassess the situation. Definitely as soon as you bring up a different horse or you bring up some activity, it's definitely a little bit of a challenge for the horse to kind of keep focused, keep on doing what you're asking them to do. But once again, what's really important is that you are in control, and so you should be the one that calls the shots. So if you're asking them to move forward, they should move forward and respond to you and not anything else. So as you can see here, she's doing much better. She is finally kind of relaxing, although there's a lot of action, a lot of distraction. She's in a perfect frame. She's looking really good, and her legs as well, like, they're not as like fidgety or moving around that much, so that really helps. So now the gentleman just moved on to the flag as a desensitization type of technique here in horsemanship, and as you can see, Peach is doing still pretty great. Her head actually dropped a little lower, which is good because she's stretching. We just had the walk here to kind of give her a little bit of a breather, and she is doing fantastic. So we can ask anything more from the horse than just staying relaxed, staying composed, and focused on what I'm asking her to do. So we just picked up here the trot, and once again she's still doing good, although the flag sometimes is a little bit of a distraction. You see here she has a little bit of a spook reaction. Her head wants to toss in the air, but I'm just keeping it under control, hands low, staying quiet, and it's actually working a little bit better. So now that the gentleman moved aside and that the ground poles have been removed, it's time for me to go around the barn and the arena and just explore a little bit and see if I can keep control and keep the same cadence or rhythm with her and see how she is doing and reacting to the environment. So going around the first time here, and she is picking up speed as she sees the other horse there getting ready to jump. But quickly, by using my hands, I'm able to basically get her to relax and keep her frame. So we're just doing a little smaller circle here and coming around the arena. So now it was time to do the same thing and do a little circle in that corner, but it didn't turn out that good, so that's why I decided to overly emphasize on getting her to bend to my leg, or around my leg I should say, just because she wasn't responding to the aid the way I asked her to. So it's just a good way to just keep her calm, collected, and correct the situation here. So the smaller the circle are, the better it is when it comes to a situation like that, and that's why I decided to keep on going in circles a little bit longer in order for us to basically get control of her rhythm as well as her head carriage. So here, same thing. The first circle wasn't that great, but I corrected it right at the back and moving around here at the front. So you can see this time is a little bit better. The circle was definitely a little bit bigger than I thought I wanted it to be, but we're working on getting her to soften a little bit. Sometimes she does get stiff as she hears noises. There's wind, there's the door banging, there's also a horse in the round pen behind the camera that's also working, and then there's one in the back of the arena that you guys can see. So it's a lot of action, and so sometimes she loses focus. So as I'm getting her to get a little bit more supple and cool down a little bit, I am definitely working on bending her on both sides, trying to get some shoulder in, trying to get some more action and more receptivity to the bit. And as you can see, she's doing pretty good. Yeah, definitely this barn is definitely one of the cleanest I've ever been into. People really pick up as it goes, so it's yeah, really clean. So you'll see different people just picking up and as we go here. So after a little bit of a suppling exercises, she gets a little impatient and she wants to pick up the next speed. So once again, it's just to gain control of the horse and keeping it the way you want it to go. So if we're asking her to walk, she should walk and not pick up a trot, not pick up a canter, not pick up anything else. She should just walk. And the same thing with her head. As you can see, she shows a little bit of impatience when she's putting her nose upright in the air. It's just to let us know, like, hey, what are we doing here? Can we, you know, do something different? So as you can see here, she's a little bit up and down, but by just keeping calm and quiet and keeping my hands low and getting some action into the bit, it really helps to get her to focus and get more supple. So this is exactly what I like to see in a lesson, is exactly it's how we started and how the lesson ends. So as you can see, we have a horse that's definitely more relaxed, that's definitely more responsive to the aid, that is having a little bit of relaxation and softening, and that's exactly what we want them to do. It's just to kind of keep the rhythm but stay relaxed, stay engaged, and that's what she's doing right now. So my coach and I decided that we would try to see if we can get her to canter and see what happens. So eventually you'll see me pick up a trot trying to gain the canter, but all I get is a fast forward trot, not like a good canter. So I tried to canter at different points of the circle just because we know her weakness is definitely alongside the wall, where she kind of just drops and just bumps right into the wall. She does not have a good control. Like as you can see, her back end tends to drift one side or the other. So it's really hard to kind of keep her collected, engaged, and also straight in her body. And that's something that was definitely the struggle when it came to asking her to pick up a canter. Her back end was kind of wishy-washy all over the place, and it ended up being like a little bit risky. So we just kept it short for the session. It was already the end anyways. So and she was getting a little bit tired, so we just gave her a rest, gave her a good cool down, and then we went on with a nice grooming session. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you have learned something new. If you're new to dressage, just like me, please comment in the section down below. Let me know how your journey is going. I'm really happy with my own horse, but I'm also really happy to try different horses. So I want to just give a huge thank you to the facility as well as the owner of the facility for letting me ride their beautiful Peaches. She is an adorable horse, and she gave her all for that session, and couldn't be any more proud of this horse. Although we did have a lot of corrections to do, she did learn a great deal. So once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If it is the case, please give me a thumbs up, comment, and share this video with all your friends and family. We'll see you guys very soon. Bye for now.